Hello everybody, and welcome to another Sunday evening frequency meditation. I'm glad I got back to be able to do this video. And I've been getting lately some images, some videos in that of AI, and it's very difficult to determine, is this AI or is this real? And so as humans, as we already were having a very difficult time trying to define ourselves, whether it's through our masculine frequencies, our feminine frequencies, the crossover, how we define ourselves by our job title, how much money we have, our education, our looks, always trying to define ourselves. And now I've noticed that with this AI, it's going to be really, really difficult to be able to distinguish what reality is real and what is not. So I try and do these videos as best as I can, but what's far more important, now especially with AI, it's so easy to do a very polished video and it sounds perfect and all of the verbiage is perfect because we just did a ChatGPT and we got all that information. But what is so much more important and what will really be becoming the commodity in the future is frequencies and their authenticity. And we'll be able to really resonate with that or not resonate, just like yourselves. You might listen to someone, and although it seems absolutely the information is spot on, there's something within that you don't resonate. So for me, the most important thing is to do these in real time and to be as authentic as I can. And saying that, that brings us on to this Sunday evening frequency meditation, this epidemic that we have been suffering for many, many, many centuries now, is this concept called more. Always needing more in order to find we can complete ourselves. And what we're going to do in this meditation is that it's not about the mind. Some people, their antidote is to do a gratitude list. Gratitude list, it works, but it works at this surface level. So it's kind of like doing yoga or even a meditation, is it only lasts so long and then you're back to the same mindset. So what we do here is that actually we're going to find out that actually this feeling of incompletion, always needing something, an external, to complete us, kind of feeling like our life is a dress rehearsal and one day it will begin. That is the mass consciousness, always that next step, the next thing we need to acquire, whether it's more spiritual information, more money, better health, more youth, more job recognition, whatever it might be. It's always extending outside of ourselves to try to seek that feeling of completion. So it's actually the feeling, that program that tells us we're not enough, we're not complete, is the reality we're in. So in this meditation, we're not going to address how to manifest, although we will at the end, how to manifest with the best precision and no payback, is we're going to actually experientially show what reality that lack is in, that incompletion is in. And it's not the mind that creates the reality creates our mind. So it's the reality that we're positioned in. Then we start to receive afterwards the awareness of the mind, the programs of what's operating. And so trying to do a gratitude list or be in the present moment, in mindfulness, whatever else that has got it a little bit bastardized out there from the potency of the pure meaning of it, is that we start to be able to objectively observe the reality we're in, the reality that has been created, and with being able to objectively observe it and come into a neutrality, we then have that superpower to tune into a more optimal reality. So with that, let's sit back, let's see what comes in, and I'll see you all next week. February 9th, YouTube meditation on more. Okay, so as we just settle ourselves in here right now, just sit comfortably, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale slowly, letting the breath really bring you into this very moment that we're in right now. And for the next so many minutes, let's just take a holiday from everything else that's out there and just be here right now in this present moment in our body. And this time, as we tune in to the frequencies of the earth, for those who are new to what I do, if you go back to some of the past Sunday evening YouTube meditations, it goes into more of the mechanics on Earth's frequencies, spatial referencing, other terminologies that can help you on this journey. So as we breathe in from the core of the earth, these frequencies, these pure frequencies, been around billions of years, that we have access to help align us, ground us, center us. Breathing right up through the body, holding, and then releasing. And noticing your body. Noticing the skin around your body that separates this outer environment from your inner environment, all your inner workings held with perfection within the skin. And just in the mind's eye, notice the skin that goes all around your body, keeping you contained. And then another breath in. And when we point to the body, where is it in our body that we can say, this is who I am, this is where I am? The mind, the torso, the organs, the flesh. It's impossible to pinpoint one area in this body as being you, the consciousness of you. So it's our whole body that comes into this density to represent, if you like, our higher self. That self that we are without density, without physicality. So again, notice this whole body, you in your body, and then everything that is past where the skin stops, that's another environment, very separate from outside of us in our body. Really bringing you into this present moment, into your body. Most people are never in their body. It's the most euphoric place to be. And it's where, as mentioned, that version of you that is not in density resides nowhere else in your body in the present moment. Another deep breath in from the core of the earth, really bringing up these pure frequencies that align us, harmonize us right up through the whole body, our cells, our atoms, our organs, the flesh, all vibrating in synchronicity with the earth's frequency. And then another breath in, and this time as you breathe out, exhale, just let go of any tension Really allowing yourself to fully arrive here, right now. I'm putting you in a best position so you'll be able to absorb the knowledge that will come in for you about this distortion of always needing more for completion. And as we breathe in, notice yourselves in your body. Notice your spine. The spine in its entirety, 33 vertebrae. Bring to mind that feeling of wanting more, what that feels like. More money, better relationships, better health, more food, whatever it might be. Connect with that feeling. More abundance. And just notice how this desire feels inside of you. Not about the topic, the money, the romance, but the feeling that it creates. And we don't even have to ask ourselves, has more ever been enough? We have enough experience now. We know. We know that every time we receive something that we've worked hard for, we wanted, we've even sacrificed, the completion was temporary. And then that cycle simply continues of that feeling of incompletion. Kind of like your life is a dress rehearsal and one day the performance will begin. Well, that can be broken down as we breathe in into many more subtle activities throughout the day. I want more coffee. I want more recognition from my family or my business. I want more sleep. I want more energy. It's always that in the mind, creating that feeling that we're not enough right now. I want more spiritual knowledge. I want more abilities. So the more, as it means more, we never get there. And what this is not so much about whatever you're seeking, because as we know from our own experience, even when we do achieve something we think will complete us, it doesn't last very long. So it's not about the actual item, attribute. It's about the reality you're in that has this distortion, this program of always needing more of something to feel complete within. So this incompletion, this lack, however it's masqueraded, is not you. It comes from the reality you're in. The reality you're in creates you. You do not create the reality. Very important point. as we take another deep breath in. So let's bring in that awareness that this feeling of lack does not come from you. It comes from the reality you happen to be positioned in. This space around you has shaped this need. It's made you believe the distortions, the programs, that fulfillment lies outside of you, always just beyond your reach. What if we accept this as just a distortion? That it's the reality itself is rendering you this way, and you are not actually incomplete. Breathing in. And as you exhale, really feel the weight of this realization, this awareness as we bring it in. That you are not the lack. You're simply in a reality that creates it. We'll make this experiential, as all the frequency meditations I do are. So as you close your eyes, coming back into your spine, noticing you in your body, everything before the skin stops. And this reality, observe it as if you were watching a scene in a movie. Notice its patterns, the constant chase, the sacrifices, the never-ending hunger for more. However subtle that might be, however frivolous you might think it is. I want more ice cream. I want to lose 1 more pound. I want more youth. It's riddled throughout our identity. Deeply imprinted. Notice how this reality convinces people that they must earn their worth. They must manifest something external to feel whole. But when you manifest this way, from within this distortion, you also carry its limitations with you. Whatever you create will still be shaped by non-deserving, by sacrifice, by lack. So let's break this as we can now, as we take a deep breath in. As we bring this awareness, these distortions to the surface, the awareness gives us the luxury to be objective. You can observe these patterns, how they have motivated us, kept us constantly in the next moment, never in the present moment, in completion. it to truly manifest. Without these limitations, it always has to be from the present moment, in our body. Being in the best quadrant in space and time, the closest proximity with our higher self. And why we need to do it only in the moment, the only thing available for us is in the moment. It's the only place your higher self is. It's the only thing that's real. So this search for more, from a timeline, we're always in the next moment. We're always in the future moment. We're never here, right now. We never arrive. Breathing in. So as we have this awareness, let's release it. Let's disconnect from it. It doesn't matter how long we've had it. It doesn't matter that the mass consciousness all entertain it. We have the power, we have the empowerment to disconnect and come into the reality which is closer to the truth. Of fully being present in this moment. Bringing you to this moment. Here, right now, complete. Having that awareness that these distortions of more have in fact kept us from ever feeling complete and being present. With this awareness, feel yourself stabilizing, not seeking. It's like you've been given permission to be and not constantly be reaching out, but just being. Breathing in, noticing you and your body, and in this stillness, feel something shift. The more dissolves, because you are complete already. You're now able to be objective, to observe these programs that you thought were you. You thought you needed to do in order to be complete. You can observe that in fact, you are complete. You're here. And there's nothing from the outside that will ever make you more complete. From here, we get the luxury of being in a place of neutrality. And as you observe that reality of more that you've been in, ask your higher self, who am I when I'm not shaped by this reality, these distortions? Who am I when I am not shaped by this reality, these distortions? And feel the answer, not in words, but in the present. You're here. You exist beyond lack, beyond seeking, beyond distortions. You don't need to find yourself. You already are yourself. Breathing in. You've simply been
guided into a distorted reality. A reality that the mass consciousness is in. A reality that we've been doctrined into for thousands of years. And then organizations, institutions have endorsed that. Constant message, whether it's through religion of you're in sin, you're not good enough in the eyes of God, or through modern day commercialism, branding, creating a lack in you so you want the product. You need the product in order just to feel good enough as others. Very powerful, deep programs, dimming you from the natural brilliance you already are without any effort. Letting these distortions dissolve into a state of true completion. Instead of chasing, seeking, or manifesting from distortions, you stabilize in neutrality. You're able to observe the reality without attachment. And that naturally, without you having to do something, without having to have a mantra, without having to understand the logistics of how the universe works and you work, just by being able to observe the reality you're in without attachment, stabilize in neutrality, you naturally shift into a consciousness where nothing is missing. This process is effortless. It's not about trying to get anything, but it's about stepping into alignment with what already exists. You're just in a reality, you can't see it. The mind then catches up. We got it backwards. We're always trying to have the mind create the reality. The reality dictates the mind. Listen to this meditation again. You'll get it. And with that, you'll receive the knowledge of truly how to manifest from a point of completion, not from a point of lack. It's a big difference. As we breathe in, and you'll receive the awareness that fulfillment, completion is not something you find, that you go to, that you acquire, that you achieve. You'll come to the realization from within where you realize fulfillment is something you are. So bringing awareness into our body, using spatial referencing, our 5 senses, to really come back here. It's the best way to know where you are, what reality, is using the 5 senses. So noticing any smells in the air, where are those smells coming from? And then pick a body part, your left shoulder, and notice you in your left shoulder, in your body, very separate, very different environment than where those smells are. Sounds in the air, where are those sounds coming from? And then noticing your right nostril. You in your right nostril in your body. Again, very separate from anything external from outside your body. The taste in your mouth, that internal spatial reference. And noticing your inner throat. You in your inner throat. And the taste. Bringing alignment into that incredible pharmacy we have within, releasing whatever needs releasing for optimal health. Notice what's touching your skin. Is it jewelry, a breeze, fabric? Notice that. And then notice your pinky. You and your pinky in your body. And whatever's touching your body, your skin, very separate from you. And then opening your eyes and looking at an object, noticing that object. That object has no memory of you, no experience of you, no expectations of you. And then notice your spine. You and your spine in your body. Again, a very separate space. Practice spatial referencing as much as you can. It will really bring you into your body here, and you'll start, as you get into different levels of spatial referencing, you'll start to reference other people, how they're creating their selves. And then you'll start to reference different realities. What reality they're in, what reality you're in. As you start receiving the awareness of how you're creating yourself here, manifestation is very easy. It's very easy to create in this density, as it's less than 1% of our true brilliance. We just forgot. Some of you have interpreted this meditation as not striving, not expanding, not having more. Listen to it again. In fact, this frequency meditation teaches you from within how to truly manifest, how to expand, how to co-create. Instead of trying to reference yourself, your identity, through a stance of lack. And that's why the more never saturates you. You always need more. And you can stay in this space. Being here right now. You've been pulled into this position so you can receive this knowledge with a greater precision. And I'll see you all next week.